Hey guys, what's up? I'm Utsav Banka, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about the Apple AirPods Pro. So I've been using these AirPods for the last 6 to 7 months, and I was using the standard AirPods before that for another 6 to 7 months. So this is my full review of the AirPods Pro and how it performs in the long run. Hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will be able to make a decision as to whether you should upgrade if you own the original AirPods or if it makes sense to buy the AirPods Pro today in 2020. So just to give you a brief background, Apple came out with the original first generation AirPods back in 2016 and they completely changed how people listen to music. Since then, every single smartphone manufacturer now has some version of their own truly wireless earphones. And Apple didn't just stop there. They saw what was missing with their AirPods. They corrected some of the mistakes they made and they came out with the AirPods Pro. Apple's really hit the mark with the AirPods Pro, right from its design to the active noise cancellation and transparency modes that it offers. In terms of the price, they come at about 25,000 rupees at the time of shooting this video, but the price keeps changing a little based on some offers that Amazon and Flipkart keep running. The AirPods Pro have this really fresh and modern design with a very short stem, so it doesn't really stick out if you wear them. And they're IPX4 sweat and water resistant, so you can take them out for a run or even in slight rains and nothing will happen to them. Now they come with this in-ear design, so these silicone tips, they go inside your ear and create a seal that kind of blocks out the outside noise a little. That just elevates your music listening experience and you don't have to listen to music at very high volumes all the time. I mean, with the standard AirPods and their one-size-fits-all design, I used to have to crank the volume up to 60 to 70% in noisy environments to actually listen to my music. But with my AirPods Pro, I hardly ever go above 40 to 50% volume. Now, I've heard a lot of people complain that the in-ear design of earphones isn't very comfortable and you can't use them for a very long amount of time. But Apple has really focused on the design aspect of their AirPods Pro and they have fixed two major issues that I feel were present in in-ear earphones. The first problem lies where if you take a standard pair of in-ear earphones and remove the silicone tips, you always find this plastic part that's jutting out, which always goes inside your ear along with those silicone tips. With the Apple AirPods Pro, they have completely eliminated that plastic part and whatever goes inside your ear is just silicone. So you can use them for a long amount of time without experiencing any pain or discomfort. The second issue is around the pressure that's created inside your ears when you wear in-ear earphones. So Apple has included air vents on the AirPods Pro that allow air to pass through between your ears and the outside environment. So as soon as you wear them, it equalizes the pressure. And there have been times that I've forgotten that I'm even wearing the AirPods Pro. I mean, that's how comfortable they feel to me. One complaint I do have with the fit is that when I talk or laugh a lot, I always feel them loosen up and it always feels like, it might fall off. Now, it's never really fallen off, but I never faced this issue with the standard AirPods. They used to sit in my ear very comfortably, irrespective of what I was doing. So maybe this is the shape of my ears and it won't affect you, but I've always had this issue with the in-ear style earphones. Apple does supply 3 different sizes of the silicone ear tip, so you can choose based on your ear size and your fit. But despite these slight issues that I've faced with the fit of the AirPods Pro, I still prefer them over the standard AirPods because of these 2 modes that they come with. One is the active noise cancellation mode and the second is the transparency mode. With active noise cancellation, basically the AirPods listen to what is happening around you using the microphones on them and then they create an effect that cancels all that noise out. I mean, I can't really explain it to you in words and you'll have to experience it, but it basically really quietens up the entire surroundings. I have used it in noisy coffee shops and even in airplanes, and it gives you a lot of peace to listen to whatever you're listening to without having to increase your volumes a lot. Now, it doesn't do as good a job as other over-the-ear headphones that really cover your ears up and are really good at active noise cancellation. So if someone's talking to you very loudly or if a car honks, you'll be able to hear them even with the active noise cancellation on. But the AirPods Pro do a really good job in reducing the background noise and just making it much more peaceful for you. In fact, the AirPods Pro even have a microphone on the inside that actually listens to whatever music you are listening to and then equalizes it to give you the best listening experience that it can. With transparency, the AirPods basically listen to whatever's happening around you and they amplify that and pass that on to you. So despite wearing earphones that have this seal that completely block you out of your surroundings, you are able to hear everything. When I have transparency mode on, I don't even realize that I have earphones on sometimes because I can hear everything very clearly and it's very natural with no lags whatsoever. I mean, I've used this feature on other buds like the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus, and over there it just feels very artificial and digital, and sometimes I've even noticed some sort of a lag where whatever's happening outside comes to me after some time. With the AirPods Pro, it is very fast and very natural. You can easily switch between active noise cancellation and transparency modes through the control center inside the volume controls. The standard AirPods, by their design, give you full access to whatever's happening around in your surroundings. So it's like you have transparency mode on all the time, but they have no option for active noise cancellation, which is a deal breaker for me. When it comes to interacting with the AirPods Pro, they have this sort of an indent on both the AirPods that's basically a force sensor. It's not a button, but when you press on them, it gives you a very clicky feedback that makes it feel like you clicked a button. So pressing it once plays or pauses your music or answers your call. Pressing it twice goes to the next track, and pressing it 3 times goes to the previous track. You can even press and hold to switch between active noise cancellation and transparency modes. Now, I think that this is much better than the standard AirPods where you had to double tap on them to interact with them. I mean, sometimes it really used to hurt because I was literally banging my fingers against my ear. It also comes with this really cool feature that was also there in the standard AirPods, where if you're listening to music and you removed your AirPods, it used to pause the music automatically, and then when you put it back, it used to resume it again. There's still no way to control the volume using the AirPods. I mean, it does come with Siri, so you can use your voice to activate Siri and then tell her to increase or decrease the volume. But sometimes when you're in public, you just don't want to talk to Siri and tell her to do this. So it's very inconvenient to use your phone to change the volume whenever you want. In terms of the connection, it comes with Apple's proprietary H1 chip that allows really fast connections and even allows you to switch between multiple devices very quickly. In fact, if you have an iPhone, it's a breeze to get them connected because you just need to open the lid and the iPhone automatically detects that there are AirPods around and it asks you if you want to connect to them. They even come with this amazing feature called audio sharing, where you can connect multiple AirPods to one iPhone at the same time and then listen to the same music or watch the same movie. Now, these features are not available with Android, so while you will be able to use the active noise cancellation and transparency modes with an Android phone, but the features like fast connections by just opening the lid or the audio sharing features will not be available. In terms of the battery, Apple claims that the AirPods themselves get about 4.5 hours of charge with active noise cancellation on, and the case provides you an additional 20 hours. But the AirPods charge really quickly, so if you put them back in the case for 5 minutes, you'll get another hour of usage. And the case even supports wireless charging, so you don't need to connect it to a cable all the time. Now, I've been using the AirPods for 6 to 7 months and the battery is still pretty good. I can easily get 3.5 to 4 hours of battery on the AirPods with active noise cancellation on, and they easily last me a week or even 10 days with normal usage before I have to charge the case. In terms of sound quality, it's much better than the standard AirPods. Now, this could be because of its in-ear design and the seal they create, but I genuinely felt like the bass was much better, it had much better instrument separation, and I could clearly hear the vocals, giving me a very balanced experience. Now, these are not the best sounding earphones out there. I mean, Sony has their WF-1000 XM3 earphones that sound much better than the AirPods Pro. But Apple has created this experience around using the AirPods with Apple devices. I mean, just opening the lid to connect them, automatic pairing across all your Apple devices, audio sharing. These features just create this holistic experience that make the AirPods Pro a much better device than any other truly wireless earphone out there. Now, I've recorded the next part of the video using the microphones on the AirPods Pro to give you a feel of what they sound like.
So this is what the microphones on the AirPods Pro sound like. They're not the best out there, and if you compare them with the wired earphones where the mic is right in front of your mouth, they don't really compare to that. But they do a good job, and I've never heard anyone tell me that they can't hear my voice whenever I'm using the AirPods Pro.
To conclude, the Apple AirPods Pro is an amazing product to buy today. With their active noise cancellation and transparency modes and their very comfortable in-ear design, it's very easy to recommend to people, especially if you have an iPhone, because the AirPods Pro fit in really well inside the Apple ecosystem. Also, Apple is not expected to launch a new version of the AirPods Pro for at least another year, and it may even take 2 years. So as of now, the AirPods Pro is going to be Apple's flagship offering for a very long time. Apple's even launching some amazing new features for the AirPods Pro with their latest iOS 14. I've made a video around that and you can check that out using the link over here. Now, if you have the standard AirPods, I wouldn't recommend upgrading to the AirPods Pro unless you hate that design and really prefer in-ear earphones, or you really need the active noise cancellation feature. That's it for my video. If you liked it, please share and subscribe to my channel. Catch you guys in the next one.